Hey guys, this is our 10.5 review video. We're talking about finding area of regular polygons. Okay, so again, the two most important things for us is the apothem and the perimeter. Okay, so whenever we find one, we're going to box it. Here's our first problem, a pentagon. Okay, this only works for regular polygons, so I'm assuming all sides are congruent. So for a pentagon, here we go. The apothem is given to us. This makes my life easy. What makes my life hard is the perimeter is not. So I need to find that. I'm going to go ahead and draw this triangle right here with the apothem being 6. We got our 90 degree. Now we need to find my central angle, this angle right in here. To do that, we get 360 divided by 5. Okay, 5 times that it goes into it. Again, you're going to need a calculator out because we might need to use trig here. So make sure if you don't have your calculator, go ahead and grab it. So we get 72 degrees. Okay, that's the inside. Once we have 72 degrees, this is half of that. So this is only going to be half of that, which is going to give me 36 degrees. I want to find this piece down here. Well, with this information, we need to pull out my bag of tricks, and we need to use trig. So I'm going to have to use the tangent. I have opposite over adjacent. Okay, so that's going to be equal to tan 36 of x over 6. Multiply the 6 out, and we're going to be able to find the value of the side length. Okay, throw that in our calculator. So I'm doing my work over here on my calculator, and I get about 4.35. I'm going to use 2 decimal spots for this one. So that's what we get. Now that's only this half portion right here. I need to go ahead and double that to get the full amount. I'm going to leave it in my calculator. When I double it, I'm going to get one side is going to be equal to 8.71. So for my perimeter, we'll switch back to the proper color. My perimeter, we'll do over here, is equal to 8.71 multiplied by 5 sides. And again, 8.71 is still my calculator, so I'm not even rounding yet. I'm going to multiply by 5, and I get my perimeter to be 43.6 if I round it. Okay? I have everything I need to know to plug into this equation now. So let's go ahead and do that. 1/2 apothem times my perimeter. And we just got to multiply that all out. I even rounded 4.6, but it's still in my calculator, so I'm still going to use it. Times 6, divide by 2, and I get 130.7 square units. Okay? A lot of work for one problem. Okay? But there it is. Again, I kept rounding when I wrote it down, but I was leaving my calculator the whole time, so it wasn't really rounding. Alright, now we have what's called a hexagon. We want to find the area equals 1/2 a times p. Well, perimeter should be pretty easy. Perimeter should just be 6 sides times 12. 6 times 12, which perimeter is going to then equal, I think that's 72, right? Yeah. Double check on your calculator, you can never be too sure. Next we need to find the apothem. The apothem is going to be this piece in here. First I got to find that central angle, so 360 divided by 6 is going to give me 60 for here, but let's redraw the triangle. I don't know the apothem. I know this is 6 because it got cut in half, and the 60 degrees also got cut in half, so that's 30. Now this is a special right triangle, so this should be pretty easy. Opposite 30 is 60. Opposite 60 is going to be 6 rad 3. So when you have a special right triangle, it does make life a whole lot easier. Now we can actually plug into our formula. 1/2 6 rad 3 times 72. And I'm actually just going to do 72 times 6 and then divide by 2. So I'm just multiplying the whole numbers basically. So I get 216 rad 3 with square units. And that's our answer. So this one was significantly less work because I didn't actually have to set up a trig ratio. I knew my special right triangle rules and I used them. Alright, this might not look like it, but this is actually an octagon. Okay, so sorry for my poor writing, but this is an octagon where we have the area equal to 1/2 a times p. Again, the perimeter is going to be easy here. It's going to be 2 times 8. It's an 8-sided figure. So we're going to get 2 times 8, which is going to give me 16. Next, we need to go ahead and drop down the apothem. We need to find the central angle, so we get 360 divided by 8. When we do 360 divided by 8, we should come up with 45, so that's 45 degrees in there. And we're going to draw that triangle out here. Half of 45 is 22.5, half of the 2 is 1, and I want to find A. Well, if you haven't noticed, this looks like a tangent, so we're going to have to use trig, so tan of 2.5 equals opposite over adjacent. I don't know the A, so this is actually going to switch spots. This equals 1 over tan of 22.5, so my apothem is going to equal, plug it into our calculator over here, approximately 2.41. Now again, I'm going to leave that in my calculator because I'm ready to go ahead and solve for my actual formula. So we get 2.41. Again, this is rounded on my paper, but in my calculator it's gold. So I'm going to multiply this by 16 and then divide by 2. And without any rounding until the very end, we should get about 19.31, and that's squared units. Alright, one last problem. It's a square. I told you if you ever have a square, just use side times side. Here's the problem. There's no side. Okay, so we have to actually draw this in here. So we're dealing with a square. If I can find the side, then I can just do side times side. So I really got to find the side. So I'm going to actually go ahead and draw the triangle. And I know I have 4 over here. It's going to be equal to this 4 over here. Okay, so this is 4. We got 90. I want to actually find this piece, but I need to know the angle. So we're going to do 360 divided by 4 sides, 4 sides, which is 90. Then it's going to get cut in half again, so that's 45. So this is 45 degrees. Special right triangle, opposite the 90 is x rad 2. Yeah. So if you recall, this is going to be my x rad 2 position. This is my x position, and this is my x position. Okay, when we're talking about special right triangles. So to find this piece, we're actually going to divide by rad 2 and then rationalize, so we get 4 rad 2 over 2, which just becomes 2 rad 2. So my side length is just 2 rad 2, but there's 2 of them. So my side length is really 4 rad 2. To find the area of a square, we just do not 1/2, sorry. We just do base times height. Okay, and for this, the area is going to be equal to 4 rad 2 times 4 rad 2. 4 times 4 is 16. Rad 2 times rad 2 is 2. So the area equals 32 square units. Alright, thanks for watching the video, guys. I hope that helps with the apothems. Please practice, practice, practice. Finish those worksheets. Get ready for your test approaching.